Jason.
With me? All right.
Now we're rolling. We are rolling.
Now we're rolling.
It is the Damage
Now
Plan
we're
MMA
rolling.
podcast. I'm taking over. Jason's on an emergency road trip, so he's driving and podcasting. We're also joined by our man, Dalton Jensen, down below, host of the Dalton. You want to give your podcast?
The Thinking Project.
Really
Host
cool
of the
podcast.
Thinking-
Really cool podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out before, you definitely should. We've both been on it, but he just kind of connects with a lot of entrepreneurs and sees what's going on. But yeah, we have a little fight to recap since Jason's on the road. I don't know how long he's going to be with us, but we're gonna. We have an announcement.
I'm going to pull over so I can take a. We do have an announcement. You have a big announcement.
We have an announcement. People ask me all the time, Zack, when are you fighting again? When are you fighting? And there's a lot that goes into fighting, and a lot of it too, has to be done at home. And finally, thankful to my amazing wife for dealing with my butt during a fight camp again, but it's time to get into it. We're fighting on July. I'm fighting on July 31st, and
Yeah.
I am fighting. I will be fighting for the Steel Fist 170-pound welterweight amateur title against Justin McDonald. He's defending his belt. This, I think, technically his first title defense of 170 because his first title win was a 175 catch weight. And a super welterweight title fight. This will be my first fight at 170. So we got to get skinny.
That was a big drop, bro.
Trim the belly down.
But I got
Right,
3.5 months. I got 3.5 months, and I've that's the thing I'm most excited about.
That's not bad.
No, it's 3.5 months, and the thing that I'm the most excited about is I'm a completely different fighter than the last time everybody saw. Like last time we saw it just left a really bad taste in my mouth. The whole thing. And I heard some things, and I've heard things from people about a lot of things. But man, I've done nothing but put in work for the last year, 15 months. I've been training the whole time. I never stopped training during COVID, and I'm a completely different fighter. And I know what Justin's about, and I know what he's going to do. And he's a good fighter too. He's 5-0, and he's beating some tough dudes. And he uses his wrestling effectively, and it's a good test, and it's a good step up in competition for me. Ironically, we both won our titles against the same person, Scott Devlin. So, but I beat Scott at 185, and then he dropped down to 170, and then Justin beat him. So,
I didn't know that. That's funny.
yeah. So,
shout out to Scott for making 2 champions. I'm just kidding.
That's rough, Dalton. Oh, it's rough. So, I mean, everybody that's asking, that's what I'm fighting July 31st. I want to bring a big crowd. Hopefully, all the COVID restrictions should be up and lifted by then, so we'll have my normal big crowd.
Yeah. When is it?
What?
When's the fight?
July 31st.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Have you not paid attention? You've been sleeping?
I said it twice.
I don't know if
driving.
I don't know if I spent. Listen, I don't know if I missed that or not.
So my opponent, he signed his contract at a bar over the weekend. So I'm just
really?
gonna go, yeah. And they had a nice little live video for it, and they hyped it up pretty good, and it was cool. Justin's a cool dude. Me and Justin are cool, and Phil Henderson's a really good supporter of Still Fist, and I believe sponsors Justin directly. So it's cool, but I'm just gonna go ahead right on my podcast because I can just control it myself, and
right.
I'm just going to sign this contract right here on the podcast.
Sign it. Sign it. Fax it in.
I'll see. Yeah. And for those wondering, 170 pounds. Hey, 5-0 versus 4-1, kinda. I'm not counting.
Are you going to pull?
I'm
I'm not technically.
I'm going to Sean O'Malley this and still call myself undefeated.
Are you Sean O'Malley? Are you saying you're 5-0?
I have not lost a fight.
That was crazy when Bruce Buffer announced that. He's like whatever and one, and Sean O'Malley was like 0-0. I'm like, dude, you gotta take that L, man. Come on.
Oh
He's
man.
great.
Yeah, dude. No, he's the
So
man.
does the diet start today or tomorrow?
It started, baby. It started.
Diet started already?
Oh yeah. You know, hey, look, I've been drinking my water.
I kind of like this. I kind of like being.
I've got my gallon down
Mhm.
today already.
Mhm.
I've already got a workout in. If anybody wants to see hilarious video, I will not post it. But if anybody wants to see hilarious video, just message me.
Just text you.
That is pretty good. It is a pretty
It
good
comes
one.
with the caveat, because what happens in the gym stays in the gym. But
That's right, dude.
It was pretty fun.
I cannot stand when I hear people say, "Oh, I beat up that guy in sparring." It's like it's training.
It's not a real fight. Yeah, but that's the thing. So you know, and I mean, and you only, and here's the other thing that's deceiving is you don't get it. You don't get to see everything, right? You just get to see the clip of training when people post training.
Yeah,
that's why you don't post training, because you don't get to see everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so and I will say that too. The funny clip, there's more to it than just the clip that we got too. So it's good, all good and fun. I love the guys I train with.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, my wife. My wife put me on blast. Stop eating junk
food. You better stop eating junk food.
Stop eating the junk food, Zach.
What's up, Payson? That looks good.
Somebody nice. Yeah,
Payson,
man.
Tolly, what's up, big man?
But we're gonna, it's gonna be a good fight, bro. It's gonna be
dude. I think so.
Can we announce who we're getting on the podcast this week? I'm just confirming the times right now.
Oh yeah. I think it's good to go.
Right. Let's go.
It's gonna be legit.
It looks like it's gonna be Thursday. But we can't do Wednesday. Lance just messaged me back.
Thursday's better. Thursday's even better. Let's do Thursday.
Okay. I'll let you announce it, since I probably sound like shit since I'm driving, so you can go ahead and say it.
No, so we're gonna kick off the day with Steel Fist title. Middleweight title, my former belt, middleweight title challenger. Half of that fight on the May 1st Steel Fist card is Rob Snow. He's coming on the podcast. He's gonna fights out of Team Link. He's gonna be fighting Graham McMillan. Rob's coming on the podcast this week. Then we have PFL contestant, UFC vet, and two-time Steel Fist champion Cassius Clay Collard, and his coach Ryan Alt is coming on the podcast.
Nice. Hey.
Yes.
And so that's gonna be cool. Clay is fighting Anthony Showtime Pettis this weekend on PFL, so tune into that.
There you go.
And then last but not least, the main event for the Fierce card, Jerome Hatch and his opponent, Chris Curtis, is that right? His last name's Curtis.
Chad or Chris Curtis, something Curtis. Yeah, Chad or Chris.
Former PFL vet.
Yeah.
Bellator vet. All those things. They're coming on together.
That's gonna be bonkers. You guys gotta stop doing that. Putting those guys, on your podcast.
No.
The last one you did went wild. They were going crazy, bro.
No. We're trying to recreate the magic. I don't know if we can recreate the Steve Sharp.
That's what I'm saying.
William Dunkel magic.
I was like, oh, dude.
I don't think we're going to be able to recreate it. But I don't know the Curtis guy at all. But I know Jerome Hatch, and I'm positive it's going to be entertaining.
Well, what you need to do is you need to get them both in the studio. Sit them down
100%.
in a room.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
We're not putting two
people in the studio. No. Two savages in the studio at the same time. That'd kill each other.
That'd be bonkers, dude. That'd be bananas.
Well,
yeah. The word on the street for researching Curtis fights like Jerome, so it should be a
good one. Somebody's going to sleep.
Somebody's going to sleep.
Let's go then.
I'm
man.
taking the under. I'm taking the under 1.5.
Whatever it is, I'm taking the under.
I'm gonna. Yeah, whatever it is.
Under might just be a half.
All right, I'm gonna get. Yeah, could be.
All right.
Could.
Are you
All right,
jumping
I'm
on?
gonna get out of here. I'm starting to break up on you guys.
Okay. Thanks,
All right,
Jason.
dude.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
guys. Thanks, guys.
Peace out, homie.
Cool. So, Dalton.
Best interview with Moose Knuckle.
Yeah, that's it. Steve. Steve affectionately refers to Dunkel as Moose Knuckle. So
Oh my gosh.
it's so good, man.
That's
It's
terrible.
the funnest I've ever had it. That's the funnest I've ever had on a podcast.
Oh, dude.
And I
I know,
laughed
I remember-
the whole time. I laughed the whole time. I was
I remember. Are you talking about the Stephen Sharp one? Because I remember listening to that afterwards, and I was like, "How, dude? This is absolutely bananas."
Well, here's the thing: is I've had people shout out Jackson Hoops have even said he's like, dude, you need to do that more often. Jackson's always commenting on it, and he's like, dude, you need to do that more often. I'm like, I don't think that's recreatable. That was such a unique thing because Steve was ready to go and he was on point, and Uncle was the one that asked for it. He's like, let's have a full on.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, all right, let's do it. And they start kind of like, yeah, we're gonna be the fight of the night. This is gonna be awesome. I'm like, oh, cool. We're starting on you guys agreeing. And it went downhill.
Dude, it went south real quick. I was like, oh, whoa. And it went 90 degrees, bro. Took a left turn and then never looked back, dude.
No,
that was great, though.
There's not one single person that was mad at it, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. I sent that episode to a few people, and I think you guys killed it.
Thanks, man. So real quick, recap. So how much of the fight card Vegas?
I did.
We're gonna start with the Vegas. Card.
I watched the whole thing. I had to watch some of the prelims, but I watched the whole main card and then I rewatched the prelims.
So I have a question. Did you see the controversy about the weigh-ins the day before? Jeremy Stevens shoving Jakar close?
No, I don't. Bro, I'll tell you what. I only watch the weigh-ins when somebody cool is there, like Conor McGregor, or if there's going to be a fight, like that's when I'll watch it. Nate Diaz. If Nate Diaz or Conor McGregor is weighing in, then I'll watch the weigh-ins.
So that little backstory. It was really interesting.
Okay.
I'll even send you the clip. But Jeremy Stevens gave Close like his props. They were supposed to be the co-main event. He gave him his props in their interviews. Well, Jakar Close kind of talked some smack on Jeremy Stevens in his interview. And then Jeremy finds out about it and he wasn't so happy. And if anybody knows Jeremy Stevens, he is angry all the time leading up to it.
Yes.
And Close for the for the face-off gets nose to nose with him or whatever, and then as soon as they touch, Jeremy Stevens shoves him, gives him the two-hand shove to get off of me, and it got pretty heated. Well, I didn't catch it, but some people apparently did. That Close's knees kind of buckled. Okay, this is the statement that he released, which is so crazy to me.
Yeah,
this blows me away. But from that, he said, after I was pushed by Jeremy at UFC Face-Off, I immediately felt my hands go numb and neck tighten up. The UFC officials sent me to the PI to get worked on by the UFC physical therapy staff for 2 hours. I spent the night eating, rehydrating, stretching, and even saw the PT staff later that night. I woke up early in the morning with migraine, headache, nausea, and the only thing that made me feel better was laying down in the dark.
What?
Dude, he got a concussion and a spinal sprain
from getting pushed.
From being pushed. But at first I called BS, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, when you're dehydrated like that too, and your body's not ready for it, and then you get shoved and you get a whiplash, like
you get that whiplash. That's real. Yeah, that's real.
I guess that could happen. So crazy, and it's unfortunate. And then I saw somebody. Me and Matt Euler, we always get into it, but he was talking about how be professional, don't shove somebody. And I'm like,
dude.
Dude, be professional, don't touch him. Like dude, I'm telling
or like, yeah. They do those things at the weigh-in where they get like nose to nose and stuff like that. I'm like,
I'm telling you right now, at a
Wanna
face off, you can get as close as you want, but if you touch me, I'm shoving you.
Every time. Well, because I don't. I just think you're. What else did you expect? That would be my response. Very non-empathetic, but like, what did you? You're at a weigh-in and you touched a dude that you hate. Like, don't touch the dude you don't like. I don't know.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So that was kind of weird.
That is really weird. I think that's like one of those things that's like, I want to say fluke because I don't know a better word for it, but it almost sounds like just a fluke. Like, I believe that it happened, but I believe that it's like not the norm. Like, you just get pushed, and I don't know.
Close maybe Jeremy, cervical damage.
Maybe he got pushed really hard.
It's Jeremy Stevens. Like, he's pretty angry. Like,
he would. Yeah, I know.
My best line ever was when Dana White says that he brushes his teeth violently. Like, that's just the type of person. So, anyways, lesson learned. If you shove somebody, you could lose your fight. And the other thing is, if you don't want to get shoved, don't touch somebody.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Oh, geez. What is this? Less CFS. I don't know what that means. Due to weight cut equals.
What does CSF mean?
Yeah, less CSF due to weight cut equals brain injuries easier. I
absolutely
I do know that from wrestling. Yeah. Like some of those, like, if you're dehydrated or if you've been on like a serious weight cut and you cut the last 10 pounds in like that week or something like that. Right. I mean, that does mess with your body pretty gnarly, Yeah. I've seen wrestlers get put to sleep. Like, I saw a wrestler one time had a really gnarly weight cut. We're at the Southern Iowa Classic, and he got put in a cradle, and you lock up kind of by the neck, you lock up kind of right there. And I saw him pass out, and it wasn't like he wasn't trying to choke him out. The dude was just dehydrated and weak from a weight cut and got caught in a cradle and passed out. And by the way, there's no tapping out in wrestling, and they don't call it if you pass out. You just wiggle your back. You just wiggle your back down, and you got pinned. So
that's hilarious.
It's bananas, dude. But yeah, so it makes sense.
Ugh, crazy. So crazy. But anyways, so to the fights. Tony Gravely kind of showed why he was better than a 3-1 favorite. Kind of dominated. Yeah. Man, he
got the knockout. That's
got
great.
The knockout hammer fist. It's always nice too when he has his nice wrestling background to be able to control where the fight lasts. You see that with those wrestlers. It's nice because they can stand there and bang, and then if they get hit, they're like, okay, enough of this, and they take it to the ground.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially if you got a good enough chin and you're okay eating a couple shots on the way in and taking that to the ground where you need it to be.
Yeah.
Game over.
Austin Hubbard. With the impressive performance. Jason, you got that one wrong. He picked his boy Dakota Bush, all because his nickname is Harry, because he likes to say Dakota Harry Bush. That is his fight nickname. And Dakota Bush, he took the fight on short notice. Took the fight on short notice. Didn't look totally ready for Austin Hubbard, to be honest.
I watched that one, and it looked like Hubbard was walking him down and just he had control of the whole fight. So
he kind of controlled it, made it look good. And there's levels to this. Hubbard is a little bit inconsistent. Win a fight, lose a fight, win a fight, lose a fight. Well, this is his turn to win a fight, and he did it. Now it'll be interesting to see if he can string some wins together. But hey, at least. Oh gosh, Steve. I'll leave it there, but I'm not going to say that. Jeez, Steve.
Good night.
This is supposed to be a family-friendly show, Steve. Anyways, me and Jason, if y'all listen to us, though, we were both on Gerald Merchant.
Yes.
He was the underdog, slight underdog, pretty much a coin flip, but was a slight underdog. And we were both on him. And we were both on him, and Gerald he kind of killed it with his guillotine choke. Put the dude to sleep.
Yeah.
Props to the dude for going to sleep though. Didn't tap.
It's nice. I don't know. I've been choked out a couple times, and when you wake up, it feels like you've slept for a really long time.
Yeah,
I almost wake up more. I almost wake up more refreshed than before.
That's really weird.
I'm like ready to go.
That's really weird. Now, so this next fight, this was kind of crazy. So Jessica Penne, after the 4-year layoff, gets a split decision win over Lupi Godinez. Man, I don't know about you, but for 4 years off, I was expecting to see Penne with a lot of ring rust, and dude, she
looked good.
She was solid.
Yeah, she looked good. I thought that I understood why that was a split decision. I couldn't tell. You know what I mean? But you just go with whatever, right? I see some of that, right? And we'll talk about this when we talk. There's one fight in the main card that I'll say this again, but I get a lot of heat for this. But I always say like the number one rule of combat sports, because like I learned this in wrestling, but like the number one rule of combat sports is you never let it go to the judges. Like that's I know that's harder, easier said than done. But dude,
I hate
easier
that.
said than done. But
I hate that.
But if you let it go to the judges, that's out of your control, and it could go either way. Like
so Steve didn't like the decision. I'm guessing he had some money on it, but Lupita. No, but I which is fair. I thought Lupita won when they started with when I heard that one of the judges gave it to Penne, I was like, oh no, Lupita could get screwed here, because I did.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought Lupita won, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the don't let it go to the judges, because guess what? If finishing fights was easy, everybody would do it all the time.
Oh no, I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you.
It's out of your control. Now, sometimes some people point fight and they don't go for the finish. That's what I have a problem with. If that's your strategy, is to win off points or control, just like cage control and just like wrestling, and just like you're never advancing or going for submission.
It's a boring fight.
They're not trying to inflict
you're not trying to win. You're not trying to submit or anything. You're just trying to survive.
But for people that are going for things, both fighters are actively going for things. They're striking. They're going for submissions. They're working towards getting finishes, and then the wrong person wins, and it's like, well, you should have let it go to the judges. I hate that. I think that's ridiculous. Here's a good idea. Hey, judges, be better at your job. Can we just
look? I'm just saying. Like, as a fighter, you got to be held like accountable, right? Because I've done kind of both, right? Like I've coached. I've never done fighting, but like I've coached wrestling and I've been in wrestling, and like jujitsu and like been in the corner. And like when you let a fighter or let a wrestler get in his head and say like, oh, that's not fair. Oh, that's, I should have won, and all these things, that I feel like that does more damage to a fighter and a wrestler than it is like, hey, let's just be uber accountable for what happened. Like, let's go to the books. Let's hit the gym and then head home. You know what I mean? And then come back the next time and go. That's where I'm coming from. Like, obviously it's a big thing. Like, but from like the mental or, from the mentality standpoint, when you're a coach and when you're a fighter, I feel like you have to be uber accountable. Okay,
that's fair. Hey, Steve, it's right. Don't let it go to the judges, and don't count on the ref to make right call. No, that's not. No, Steve.
I thought he was being sarcastic. I thought that was like a thing on me.
No, he is to me. He's being a jerk. No, Steve. I do expect the ref to make the right call. It doesn't. The ref making the wrong call doesn't make it okay.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make it okay.
And the judges getting it wrong doesn't make it okay. Just be better at your job. Fighters are supposed to get better. I want to see refs get better. I want to see the judges get better.
That's a fight for a different day. Like, making the refs like get better at their job, like, is a fight for a different day. I'm just saying, like, if you let a kid go in your gym, like if you had a kid in your gym and all he did was go around and bitch at like the ref sucks, this guy sucks. He was cheating. He was holding me down for 5 minutes. Like, no, dude, get the up. And like
I agree with that.
but so like I see both sides, but from like a mentality standpoint, I just tell a wrestler like, dude, can't make excuses for the rest of your life, and don't walk around the gym, don't walk around the mat telling people that you should have won that fight.
Yeah, that's fair too. Fair too. Well, so the next fight is actually what has me the most heated about the judging. So Alexander Romanov and Juan Espinal. Okay. One is these two are two giant men that are grapplers.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when you have two giant grapplers? They gas out.
Yeah, they just roll around. Yeah. Oh yeah, they gas out.
It was so good. But I do not understand. Like, I thought it was very clear. You tell me what you think. You're a big man grappler. You're a heavyweight grappler. Juan wins the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Romanov wins the second round.
Yeah.
Third round starts. Juan gets a takedown. Romanov gets up. Juan gets another one, and on his way back up, throws a knee, and it gets the cup area a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Romanov goes down. Okay, he goes down from the cup shot, and he's acting like he got shot.
Yeah. Dude, it's just that's a stalling technique. I've done that before.
Okay. But here's the problem.
Okay.
Because of the rules, since it had gone past 2 rounds and the third round had started, it now goes to the judges' scorecard, and the judges score the fight based off of how the third round was supposed to go. I could not make this any more clear.
Yeah.
Juan won the second. Romanov won the third. Juan's the only one that did anything in the third.
In the third round, yeah.
How in the world did he get a split decision loss?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That one kind of blew me away too. I was like, because they even count like, like mat returns as like takedowns. And when I was watching this fight on the third round, I felt the same way. I was like, dude, he should have. I don't know, dude. Usually, like when you go down like that, like you just get back in. Like I thought he would have got back in.
But it was the fact. But here's the thing. Yeah. So I get it.
He won he was winning the third round.
Getting kneed in the nuts does not feel good.
No.
But he could not continue the fight because of a lack of cardio, not because of the knee in the nuts.
Yeah. 100%.
He should have lost. That should be a TKO.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
That's a technical. You're done.
Listen,
and it was your cardio.
You won the fight, but you get called a bitch the rest of the.
And Jason says, does it warrant a point deduction? I don't think it warranted a point deduction because it wasn't intentional. 2, there was no one didn't try and knee him in the nuts.
Sure.
And ironically, Roman earlier in the fight had been warned on some of those knees because they were pretty close to the cup. I was so mad about that. And I picked one, but it's like, it's stuff like that. I feel like there's a competency issue there because it's like, I just think the rule sucks.
Yeah. Back to your point. Like the rules do suck. I think the judges need to get better. I think, you know what I mean? I think that all of these things are true, but Steve beat me to the punch. I was like, you just gotta like, or that should have, like, I agree with Steve said, just call it a no contest and just be like, cool, can run it back in a month. Yeah.
Go hit the treadmill. Yeah. Go hit the treadmill. And
both of them needed to get better at cardio. By the way,
fact that Alexander asked, so if I can't continue, what happens?
Yeah, that was
okay. Yeah. So now you're playing the game.
Yeah,
now you're playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I don't like. I don't like that. I used to be a fan of Alexander Romanov. Not your best moment, sir. And I will be rooting for you to lose in your next fight, which, in my opinion, should be a rematch with Juan Espinal.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Juan though. El Guapo.
Guapo.
Great
Heck yeah.
nickname.
Yeah.
And then we go right into a third in a row split decision between Luis Pena
so
and Alex
I
Munoz.
thought this one was Munoz. I really thought Munoz won the first. I thought he won all three of them, to be honest with you. Like, I thought Munoz won.
Luis Pena won the third round, sir.
Okay, yes.
I think
okay,
if you want
yes.
to fight, I think you could.
Yeah,
there's a
okay.
good argument
Yeah,
that Pena won the third round.
Well, yeah, but that's because Pena got comfortable. He got in his rhythm, but like it was like he was fighting 5 rounds instead of 3.
Yeah,
like he should have found that rhythm in the second round.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he should have, but no. So here,
I thought Munoz won the fight.
yeah,
I was surprised when Pena got his hand raised. I was like, I don't know about that.
So here's the deal. This is the karma coming back around for me and for Luis Pena, because Luis Pena has 2 split decision losses that, in my opinion, he didn't lose either of those fights.
Yeah,
now, goes to a split decision again, and I don't think he deserved to win this fight. But
he had some points. But he won
the third round, and he got the bad split decision in his favor this time. Yeah, which was cool because that was my pick, and Jason went with the other way. So that puts me one up on Jason. So I'm not that mad.
I know, but this is the one again. So there were a lot of split decisions on this whole card.
There's 4 in a row. There were a lot in a row.
Yeah, there were a lot of decisions. Period. Everything. I think every main card there wasn't a knockout in the main. No, there wasn't. There wasn't a knockout there wasn't a finish in the main card.
No.
But I thought Munoz won. I totally thought Munoz won.
I agree. I admit it. I go to the judges' scorecard. I'm like, oh, he lost, and all of a sudden they announced it.
Yeah, dude, I
really
did a double take. I was like, what? I was like, huh?
No. But dude, that's karma. It gets to come around. Yeah. Bummer for Alex Munoz. That's the thing that I hate, though. When you lose on a bad judges' scorecard, it's like he worked so hard for his camp. He did everything. He did enough to win in the fight. He won 2 of the rounds. He didn't get stopped. You should have won the fight. And hey, guess what? The judges still aren't good at their jobs.
Yeah. And then
there was 3 bad split decisions in a row.
Where 3 bad, and then when you get to the co-main,
where I thought the other person won.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but here again, this is my point. Like, yes, you're totally right. I think the judges made a bad call. I think all of that is true. But if you're Munoz's coach, if you're in Munoz's corner and you're his head coach, what are you telling this dude after the fight?
Probably, I don't know. Use your wrestling to stop the fight. I don't know.
Well, when you tell him, like, hey, bro, chalk it up to, like, you take responsibility for it.
You just missed out on $12,000 because the judges are incompetent. Sorry, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, I've lost that much money in a month because of people that did some stupid shit that I was like, oh, seriously? How am I going to get penalized for that? I don't know, bro. It is dirty. But it'd be like you can't live your life going like, ooh.
You can't live your life like that. I agree. Well, you got to get on to the next one, and it's fine. But
go win double the next time, and we'll get some. Wait, Pena though. I thought Pena did a really good job. Hold on, I can't remember if this was Pena. This was the Pena fight. I liked what Pena was doing, stuffing those takedowns.
He was good.
He would run. I mean, he did it. By the way, he did exactly what you're supposed to do. If you get caught on those, get to the cage. Find the whizzer. He got to the cage every time, found the whizzer, and then found the 50-50, right? And started pummeling. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Dude, that's the thing. And if you listen to our breakdown, the reason why I love Pena is he's good everywhere. He does everything right. Usually,
dude, that was those takedown attempts was unbelievable.
And he's 6'3" at 155 pounds.
Yeah,
so crazy.
I mean, dude. Those lanky guys. If there's one body type that is really hard to wrestle and like hard to solve the puzzle, is those lanky guys. They're tall, they got a long reach, they got long legs. Yeah, those are a hard puzzle to solve.
But the important thing is I was right and Jason was wrong. So. And he's not even on to defend himself. So
right, he can't defend himself.
It's even better.
Yeah.
I think there's one. Probably Judge is way better. Yeah, that's a good comment. You know, who had a chance, was closest to finishing the fight at any point. I think that should be taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Going
Pride's
into our
one-
next split decision,
Split decision, dude.
which was crazy because Tracy Cortez won this fight, and it was
I
clear
thought
as
so.
day.
I didn't think
Clear
that
as
was
day.
a decision. I thought that was more unanimous.
Yeah, the fact that
She
it
worked- she worked her.
one judge gave Justin Kish 29-28, and I'm like, wait a second, what? And then the other one gives it 30-27. Again, people have heard it before. This is my pet peeve.
Yeah.
This is my pet peeve. How can
Yeah.
one judge see 29-28 for one fighter and say that this fighter A won 2 of the rounds, and then the other judge comes around and be like,
Yeah.
no, fighter B won all 3 rounds? Like,
Yeah.
how can it be that different? It blows my mind. It really does.
It's really it is weird. I thought Cortez, another really good wrestler. She's I think she trains in the same gym, or maybe trains with Henry Cejudo.
She
I mean,
does.
her wrestling was
she's-
phenomenal.
Yeah, no, she's down. Yeah, she's down where the Cejudo
Yeah.
camp down in Phoenix, Arizona.
Dude,
So,
I mean,
good for her. She was good. She looked really good.
yeah, she was, dude. That's the fight you watch if you want to learn some. That and the Pena fight, I thought were fantastic showings of like why wrestling is so important to
Yeah.
MMA.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, she dictated the fight. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Justine Kish, she did bring it. She tried. That was probably one of her better performances, actually. So,
Yeah.
but just not enough. This next fight, okay. I try to always give credit where I can.
Yeah.
The Jacob
Dude,
Malkan versus the Abdul Razak Al Hassan fight
The clinic.
might have been the worst fight I've ever seen in the UFC.
The worst fight.
It's one of them.
I watched Malcon. I thought Malcon did great. I thought he put on a clinic. I thought he put on a show. I thought it was fun. It was sad to see Al Hassan not have an answer to Malcon, all the wrestling that happened in that fight.
No, Malcon did a great job wrestling. That good for
Yeah.
him. Good for
Yeah.
him. He's a training partner of Robert Whitaker.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this. She's a training
didn't
partner.
know
Of so he came into the UFC at 4-0, and he fought 4 nobodies in Australia. He did. Sorry to the 4 guys that he beat in Australia, but that's who he beat. Then he comes in to the UFC on a main card of a Robert Whitaker fight, Robert Whitaker's last fight, and gets knocked out in 29 seconds by Phil Haas. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they feed him to this other killer to get knocked out, except this other killer has 0 wrestling. None.
Yeah. That was the problem.
You know?
Yeah.
And to Steve's point, you know how you know Malcon isn't UFC ready? Because he couldn't do anything after he got those takedowns.
Yeah, that was true. He didn't know what he was doing on the ground for sure. He didn't know what to do after. I'll give you
good takedowns, good techniques, whatever.
Yeah.
What in the absolute dog crap was that? The fact that wasn't on the prelims is insulting. The fact that those two are sitting in the UFC is ridiculous. That was a fight before the co-main event on a freaking UFC card.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed the wrestling part. I kept saying like, dang, dude, how many times is this guy going to get taken down and not like figure it out, dude?
Dude, Abdul Hassan has 10 wins, and they all are a knockout in the first round. So if you can get out of the first round with him,
I think that was Malcon's plan, by the way. I think that was his plan. And it's a good plan, by the way.
Smart game plan. Did what he had to get the win. I'm not hating on that, but
crappy to watch.
But well, I'm not even mad at that. He doesn't belong in the UFC.
Sure. I think that'll become clear after. Who do you think Malcon fights next?
I don't cut him. I don't care. Let him go.
Well, but you gotta make this clear, like that this dude doesn't belong here. So you put him up against, somebody who's just going to destroy this kid.
Let's see. He's a 185er. Let's see. Who's a good up and coming 185er that he can get
feed him to a dog
that he can get fed to? I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, here's one for you. Local fighter Cole Schaefer beats him right now. Guarantee it. Mark it. He's the main event. He is the main event at Stillfist May 1st. He's a 185er. Cole Schaefer beats Jacob Malcon.
I saw Jason pop up here say he could beat him. Let's go. All right. I'll pay to watch that one. Hey, I'm ready for that one, dude. But
what, Jason? He just said Zack. That's all he said. That's all he said. Zack. What, Jason? Hey.
But listen, I know how like terrible it is to watch fat guys wrestle. I am a fat guy wrestler, and I know why it sucks, because I say my game plan is the exact same as well. Like if I know some dude is gonna punch me in the face, I'm going to take him down.
That's fine.
I can do a pretty good job at it.
It's Abdul Hassan's job to stop the takedown. That's fine.
Right.
But hey, if you have zero grappling, you shouldn't be in the UFC. If you can't win if you're not capable of winning a fight after the first round, you shouldn't be in the UFC. And then if you are 5-1, now he's 5-1. Unless you're an absolute prodigy killer that can fight anybody and everybody, you shouldn't be in the UFC. And Jason says you fight it. Jason says you fight it. I don't want to fight him because, one, I'm not claiming to be UFC ready. And two, I'm a welterweight now. Did you hear the announcement? I'm 170. I'm not 185 anymore.
I'm not 185.
God.
So you were talking about that. That was your reason, like 185s. You just felt like because I hear this all the time. Like 185s that's a big division. That's probably one of the hardest, in my opinion, because you have guys dropping from 210 and 215 to go to 185. Yeah. So you're definitely not fighting a 185 or 185. Same thing with 205. Same thing with 205. You guys from 250 cutting.
So I knew 170 was happening a long time ago at some point, if I continued to fight. Because Aldo, my coach at the gym, pointed at me. And when I fought my first fight at 205, and I was like, I'll probably go down to 185 eventually, and that's where I'll be. And he goes, you need to eventually go to 170. I'm like, get out of here. And then he pointed at Joe Rodriguez. And for anybody who doesn't know Joe Rodriguez, he's fought in Bellator. He's fought in Glory Kickboxing. He's an absolute monster.
Yeah, I like Joe. He teaches sometimes on Saturday, right?
Yep. He's an absolute monster. And Aldo pointed at him, and he's huge. And he goes, he makes 185 to fight. And I'm like, oh, forget that. Like, I'm not fighting anybody that size. So,
big guys, man.
And welterweight's probably my more appropriate. I stop eating junk food. But if it's probably for my body. I think that's going to be my prime.
Hey, Jason, Jason, the best nutrition advice I ever got was, if the oven's hot enough, anything burns, run it. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, man.
Oh, dude. Good luck, though. I'm excited for that. That'll be great. And Joe's his name, right? I feel so bad. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
It feels great, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe's good. Anyways,
and then the next one,
I'm not trying to throw shade. I will say this: good for them. They're fighting. Like they tried their hardest, and that's great. I just don't think either of them are UFC caliber, and I stand by that. I stand by that. Not saying that I'm any better, or they wouldn't beat me. I'm sure Abdul would knock me out for a month, and Malcon apparently could wrestle me to death. But whatever.
There you go. That's fine.
Co-main event.
Okay. Andre Arlovsky. What's up, Andre? Let's go.
He still got it, bro.
He does still have it.
You know what's crazy?
I didn't have any problems with that decision because I love Andre Arlovsky.
Well, and I thought he won the fight. I really did.
I thought he won the fight too. But I also think to beat Andre Arlovsky in a decision like that, you have to make it like very clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
because I feel like Andre also has some history behind him that'll help him.
Andre doesn't. I mean, he's lost some decisions, but you almost have to stop him. His style, he just moves forward so much, and he touches you so much that he wins a lot of decisions.
He's doing his little Muhammad Ali little dance. Before he punches you in the face. That's great, dude. I love that.
I love Arlovsky, but Chase Sherman, You know, that was a pretty tall task for him, I think. And you know what I can't believe?
Fighting one of the-
Orlovsky's
yeah.
42, and how well his chin still holds up at heavyweights.
Yeah,
Chased
dude.
him with some heavy shots, and he just kept
Yeah.
walking him down.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and I liked Andre because he really had an answer for everything. He was baiting Sherman into those punches, and I thought he did great. I mean, dude, it was just textbook. Like, it's so hard fighting a guy like that with so much like time in the ring.
Experience.
So much experience, dude. You're not gonna shake that guy, right? Like, sometimes in a fight, like that the mental part of a fight, like, I'm gonna get if I clip this guy, I might get some like emotional ground. I might gain some emotional ground, some mental ground. But you're not doing that with Arlovsky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why he didn't win. He tried to rely on that little scare factor. I thought
You're not gonna punk Orlovsky. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Because he tried to bait him too. Remember at the end of the fight, he's like, "Hey, get in the middle and fight me." And Andre's like, "What? No, I'm winning this fight, dude.
Like, I'm winning, bro. I'm not doing anything different. I am winning.
I'm gonna keep punching you in the face, tagging you.
I'm gonna keep collecting those paychecks."
Yeah, dude. He should have done that. Sherman should have had an answer for him. I think it was the first round. After the first round, they quit like 2 seconds early. It was like,
yeah, what was that? That was weird.
I don't know, dude. They just both started walking away. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, this is a weird fight.
Yeah.
Weird fight. Okay. Go ahead.
Real quick, Robert Whitaker, Kelvin Gastelum.
Okay.
Great fight.
Yeah, great fight.
Kelvin,
Showed why.
Kelvin is so tough.
Yeah, he is tough, dude. Kelvin is really tough. But Robert Whitaker, I mean, that was clearly
talk about Whitaker for a second.
All day.
Just talk about Whitaker.
Okay. Robert Whitaker. Clearly the winner in that fight. I thought Robert Whitaker did a great job of walking down Kevin. I thought Robert did a great job of also defending everything that Kevin was giving him. Dude, he kept tagging Kevin. Holy crap. And I felt really good about how that ended. I'm really glad that Robbie whooped his ass, because after Robbie got hurt that first time they were supposed to fight and Kevin took the belt, he was kind of walking around like he had some, he had like he'd done something with that belt. And I was like, no way, dude. Too crazy. Kevin took a lot of heat for that. Robbie had more takedowns, had more control. I mean, it was a dominant performance by Robbie, and definitely major decision win. I said major decision win. That's my wrestling coming out. But it was a major decision. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Majority.
Yep. Who's that 9C? Bobby Knuckles. Okay.
Dude, Bobby Knuckles. Okay, I don't know what you said. Sorry. I had to go to the bathroom because I've been drinking a ton of water because, we're starting to get ready now.
Yeah. You gotta teach your body that. Well, I was just like, Robbie had more takedowns, had more control. I mean, definitely, Gastelum definitely took more headshots. It was just a dominant performance. Like, overall, Robbie Whitaker did exactly what he was supposed to do. Like, knew the game plan, stuck to the game plan, and it worked. Like, absolutely expected his game plan to work, and it did. Had more total strikes, significant strikes, everything, dude. And he was, by the way, like sharpshooting that guy. He was trying to kill Kevin with those hits, dude. He was only going for the head, which I thought was only fair because of what happened when Robbie had to back out of that fight. Like, he got hurt, and Kevin kind of walked around. Kind of like Kevin was kind of walking around like he earned that belt or something like that. And I was like, this is exactly what you get, bro. Your ass kicked.
Yeah. Kelvin, I just think he's one, if you're Kelvin, there's a couple things right here. One, I love Kelvin.
Okay.
But dude, you're a welterweight. You're a welterweight fighting at middleweight. I think he gave Izzy one of the greatest fights we've ever seen at middleweight.
Yeah.
He went in there and Whitaker threw the kitchen sink at him and still couldn't get the finish. Like that's, by the way, that's one of the fights that I'm talking about where I'm not mad that he couldn't get the finish because he tried. Kelvin's just got this coconut head that can't be rocked, kind of like you. I feel like you have a coconut head. I don't feel like
I got a big old noodle.
You got a melon, dude. But and Whitaker was trying and he just couldn't get him out of there. Had him rocked a few times, but I think it's time if you're Kelvin. It's like, bro, get serious about your diet. He's been making 185 good. He looks good. Get down to 170. He could totally do it. And I'm telling you this right now, and I say this, and I'm adamant about this. He gives Usman a nightmare matchup.
Yeah.
Because his boxing is better than Usman's. His boxing is better than Usman's, and he's a really good wrestler too.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I don't think I think you're right. I think if Gastelum can make it to that weight that
he used to, he just missed weight a few times, so he went back up to 185.
Yeah. I think though that I think, man, Usman's such a hard puzzle to solve.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Usman. Don't worry.
Masvidal?
Yeah, that's gonna happen. but real quick, Robert Whitaker. If I'm Whitaker, I think he did enough. I know. Vittori's sitting there wanting his rematch with Adesanya, but I'm sorry. I think Whitaker's the guy. Like, dude, I mean, he was the champ. He's won 3 fights since. He's undefeated at 185. Besides him, and he looked phenomenal. I'm not sure if he closed the gap enough to beat Izzy, but he looks better. And Izzy's coming off of a loss, and that's always interesting. So
but I think with that one, I think Izzy just bit off more than he could chew, dude. That's a big, big weight, dude. That's not like 150. That's not like 150. And I don't even know what weight is below 150. By the way, I'm a freaking idiot.
No,
but anyway. But like those two weights, you can get away with that. You can get away with going up, 170, these 150, 170 things. Like those are fine. Yeah, 155. Like those are fine. But going up to like what Izzy did, going up that much weight, dude, there's like mass difference at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely there is.
Yeah.
But again, I think Whitaker makes that a better fight this time. I don't know if he wins.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't know, but I think that this is his best chances right now, having Izzy off of a loss. I think if Izzy beats Vittori, and I think he actually beats Vittori and looks relatively easy. I think if he beats Vittori, the Whitaker fight happens anyways. But I don't know. Or if there's really that much controversy over it, then I guess just let Whitaker and Vittori fight each other, I guess. I don't know.
That's a weird one. Yeah, that's a weird one. What they're gonna do there, dude.
So yeah, good card, a lot of fun. Wasn't the only event of the night though.
No. Gosh. Dang it, dude. Don't make me talk about this.
We're gonna talk about it.
Break.
Did you watch it?
All right. No, I didn't watch it, man, because I thought it was going to be easy. I saw the early stoppage. I thought Herb Dean should have reffed that one, but Herb Dean will take an X-ray of your arm while it's in an arm bar before he calls a fight.
Yeah. Jeez, that's harsh. It's a little much. No wonder why you and Jason are such good friends.
Listen, dude, I agree, though. I think you should let him fight.
Let him fight. So let's just.
But hold on. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Go ahead.
Oscar De La Hoya, if he could get on a broadcast and not do all the cocaine in Atlanta before, that would be great. That's a great start. It's a great start. He was out of his mind.
I didn't watch the highlights of that one, dude. I watched the highlights of Ben Askren. I didn't get the rest of the boxing card.
And Frank Mir, shout out Frank. Like I actually thought he did okay. He held his own okay. But again,
who?
He boxed.
He boxed
some guy named Steve Cunningham.
Oh.
And Oscar De La Hoya was commentating, and He was on cocaine or something the whole time. Dude, it was
That's
so,
awesome.
you know what? It was kind of sad actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
'Cause it's like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, like this guy is broadcasting on live on TV and he's messed up right now from drugs.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome, dude.
I mean, Frank Mir even tweeted about it, and he said, I could be mad about the commentary, I could laugh about it, but addiction's no joke. Like, hopefully De La Hoya can get some help. And dude, his friends and family need to get him some help, because that dude he was on a different planet Saturday night.
But he was just having fun, man. What else are you supposed to do when you're commentating a weird boxing match, a celebrity boxing match? Like that reminds me.
Not snorting cocaine right off Snoop Dogg's notes. That would be good.
Do what you got to do, bro.
Gosh.
Kudos, man. He doesn't need help. He needs a reality TV show. That's what he needs.
No, stop encouraging this, Dalton.
Oh.
So the fight. I was wrong. I was all in on Ben Askren. I thought Ben Askren was
okay. Because I was too, right? But I thought he was going to win regardless, but I also understand that there is a big, like, what's Ben walking around at? What do you think his walking around weight is?
190.
You think it's 190? How much does Logan weigh?
He weighed in at 191 or whatever, but I think Logan Paul walks around closer to 210.
Dude, that's the thing, man. Like, and dude, I think the weight played a real difference in that.
Do you?
I think so, dude. Because like I said, dude, like, because like I said, bro, oh, geez, hold on, dude. Hold on. I'm looking something up real quick.
You're good.
So Ben normally fights at welterweight.
170, correct.
170. Okay.
Yep.
And he's fighting a guy who walks around at 210.
Yep.
That's different, bro. That's different. I'm not making excuses because Ben got his. I think the ref stopped it early, and I think the weight was the difference, but I think Ben still got his ass kicked. I don't think he was ready for that. Actually, what this reminded me of was when, I don't know if you watched this one, but Ben Askren took like a celebrity wrestling match against
Jordan Burroughs.
Jordan Burroughs. Got his ass whooped.
Yeah, I do.
Wasn't even close. Like, dude, Jordan Burroughs like walks through this guy.
Yeah,
I think Ben just needs some money. I think Ben just needs some money. Do you think he's in some debt? Do you think he's snorting coke and needs money to pay for his addiction?
No, I don't.
Why do you take that fight then, dude? You just want fun money?
He did get $500K just to show up.
Just to show. I mean, dude, to cut as long as it doesn't bounce, man. Go ahead, man.
Somebody's writing me a check for 500K. Like, I'll get in the cage with Brock Lesnar for 500K. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying, dude. But listen, I don't really want to talk about the Ben Askren fight because I was wrong and it pisses me off because I want to see someone beat the crap out of this guy.
Okay, now this is what we're going to talk about.
Okay. I want somebody to
The question is Jake Paul, so very smart, right? Beat another YouTuber, beat a basketball player, and then beat an MMA fighter that's a wrestler that could be one of the worst. Coming off a hip replacement surgery, replacement surgery, retired, and was never a striker, always just
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, which is what you do,
right?
Yeah.
So all that being said, I'm looking at this and I'm like, so what's next? He called out Nate Diaz.
That's not good, dude.
He keeps calling out people, though, that he's significantly bigger than.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, put Frank Mir against Logan Paul. That's the same thing that happened with Logan Paul and Ben Askren. You're talking about the same kind of different. Put Frank Mir in there.
So this is what I want to know.
Let that dude eat him alive. Go ahead.
This is what I want to know. I don't think he actually believes he's a real boxer yet.
Okay, that's fair. Because
that's why he's handpicking
real boxers, like actual boxers, like boxing boxers.
No. This is what I want though. Here's when it switches and things will go really bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's when he starts to believe it. And it might be after this fight. He might already be telling himself, I'm ready for a real fighter.
Mhm.
He's going to be in big trouble as soon as he fights a real fighter at his weight class.
Yeah, I'm like not like a catch weight, not this like
he's going to sleep.
You know what I want? You know what I want really bad? Because here's why. I don't know if I've talked about this with you guys. He KOs Nate. He's not KOing Nate. Oh gosh. Okay. Here's what I want though. And Dana White said this. But here's what I don't like is like when it's like when you're in high school and some kid was like talking crap, and then when you like challenge him to a fight, he's like, I won't fight you, but I'll box you. Like if you want to come to my boxing gym, like no. You don't get to talk shit. You don't get to talk shit and then say, you want to wrestle? No, dude, we're going right here, right now. And Logan Paul or Jake Paul is talking crap to people who, if he met at a bar, would absolutely eat him alive.
Yeah, see,
would tear him up. And Dana White said that. He's like, he's talking crap to people who, if he met in the wrong alley, would murder him. Nate would murder him in an alley and sleep like a baby at night.
Nate would choke him unconscious. That's what Nate would do.
That's what I'm saying.
Nate would choke him unconscious. I don't think he KOs Nate. I think you're out of your mind, Jason.
I think. Well, you know what else? You know what else Jake Paul keeps calling? He keeps calling out like almost retired fighters too, like older guys who are like, like Nate isn't in his prime anymore. Like I think he's still a really good fighter and he's still my favorite, but he's not like in his. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
I just think he keeps calling out people who like. Why don't you call out some like? Why don't you call out oh gosh, dude. Francis Ngannou. Go fight Francis Ngannou.
Well,
jump up 40 pounds, pounds and fight that dude. Freak, I hate that guy.
So let's talk about real fights though that you'd want to see him fight. Like a realistic fight for me, like Mike Perry. Sign me all the way up for that.
Sure.
Mike Perry's the berserker. Mike Perry will murder him.
Mike Perry. What about Dominic Reyes? Thiago Santos?
No, he'll never fight any of those guys. No, because you got to give somebody a personality. Here's one for you, and Jason would love this. Jason, are you listening? This is for you, Jason.
Oh no.
Michael Bisping.
Do it. Let him at him.
Dude, I think Bisping outboxes him. One eye and all.
Oh my gosh.
Bisping.
Let him at him, dude. Let's go. BJ Penn.
Don't do that to
yes.
BJ. Don't do that to BJ.
What? What are you talking about? Who wins with BJ and Jake Paul?
I don't know.
BJ Penn.
BJ's got a small and old. We've seen him.
He is. I like the whole.
Call out Rumble Johnson. There's a
Anthony Smith.
Oh, that would be a good one. No, but you got to get a personality with it. He's got to get somebody. He has to have somebody else that can like promote it with him and talk. And that's why I'm like, give Bisping a microphone. He'll talk.
Hey, I know this might be the same thing as like what I was talking about, like going up weight or whatever. But what about like oh gosh. No, I was thinking of someone in my head, but it's probably not a good one. I was thinking like Max Holloway. I'm going for my Hawaiians. I want a Polynesian guy.
Max would piece him up.
Yeah, he would. Let's go. Yeah, call out Max Holloway. Tai Tuivasa. I want him to fight Tai Tuivasa.
Bam Bam would just put him to sleep.
Big Country. I want him to fight Big Country. And yes, I'm talking about, because it's time to flip the switch. Now it's time to flip the switch. You keep calling out these guys who are good fighters. Like I'm not, but weight is a big deal. BJ Penn would win. He'd win. I'm just That's messed up. I want to flip the script. He keeps calling out guys who weigh less than him. Call out a guy who weighs more than you.
Well, if that's the case, like, can we just can he fight like Bob Sapp?
Jeremy Stevens. Just kidding.
He's oh, Jeremy Stevens takes his head off.
Justin Gaethje. Let's go.
Oh,
Justin Gaethje.
yeah, but here's the thing: like, we can't have like real contenders fighting him. Like, Justin Gaethje's trying to win UFC gold.
All right, fine. Derek Lewis.
Oh,
Derek Lewis. Put him up against Derek Lewis.
Derek would beat him with his left.
And Derek would take the fight. And Derek would take the fight.
Derek would beat him with a hand behind his back. Derek might beat him in a boxing match with both hands behind his back and just hit him with his shoulder.
But that's what I'm saying. You keep calling out these guys who weigh less than you. Go find somebody. Go find somebody who I want to flip the script.
I want him to get into
somebody
cage.
Who just get beat up. Yeah, dude. For real.
Put on the little gloves and get into a cage and
somebody asked me that over the weekend. They were like, okay, so in a street fight, they said street fight. Their exact words were street fight. Like anything goes, except for guns and knives, anything goes, right?
Ben Askren mauls him.
Yeah. And they were like, do you think I could, they asked me if I think I could beat Jake Paul in a street fight. Because I'd probably lose in a boxing match, but I go at him in a street fight and I'd take him out.
He hits pretty hard.
I
we were talking about it.
Have you seen my head?
Yeah, that's true.
I only got to eat one of those, and then he's on the ground.
No, we were talking about it though. I might have to give him credit here though. He might have legit punch power.
But that's great. Like he does for sure. I don't think he's like a fake boxer. I don't think he like doesn't train, right? But I just think he keeps calling out these guys who are like they're. Do you think Jake could stuff the shot? That's a question.
Nope.
No, not mine. No,
he did wrestle. He did wrestle through high school and I think a little bit of college.
I don't care. I don't care. I could do it. I've wrestled for too long. That guy couldn't stop my takedown though.
I love it.
And I only go to the gym every once in a while. I know it sounds like I'm talking like a big game, but I only go to the gym. I only go to your 10 a.m.s every once in a while. I might be there this week, by the way. But like I am very confident with my wrestling. Like if I get somebody, if we'd have a fun, like especially at a heavyweight. I'm great.
Good. Cool, Dalton. Well, I think that calls it real quick, because I think Jason's going to be back.
Okay. Oh, is he coming back on?
Yeah, like Wednesday, like or Thursday when we're recording again.
Yeah,
but who do you got? Who do you got in the rematch? Who do you have in the 3 title fights this weekend?
I only know about the 1 title fight. Let me look.
Okay, so you have
Masvidal's got a tall order, but I think Masvidal wins.
Oh, you think Masvidal wins? He beats Usman?
Yeah. I think he's got to fight the best fight he's ever fought, but I think he wins.
I think he can.
Yeah.
All right. So
he's got it's a tall order, but
you're on Team Jorge with me. I don't know if Jorge wins, but I'll ride with Jorge.
I also really bad want to see Usman lose. I just want to see him lose.
Why don't you like
No, it's not that I don't like him. I love Kamaru Usman. I just want to see him lose. Like I love Habib. Like I'm part Russian, but I want to see Habib lose. I just want to see how it looks. Okay. I just want to see how they feel. I just want to look at it.
All right. So we have Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade for the 125 women's belt. And then we have Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas for the 115 belt. And then we have Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal.
Weili Zhang versus
Thug Rose.
Oh, Weili Zhang.
You got Weili?
Yeah, Weili.
Okay. And what about Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade?
Shevchenko.
Okay. So I'm with you on Shevchenko, but I do think Andrade is the first girl that carries the power to put her out.
Okay.
And so I think it could be. I think Valentina's too good everywhere, but I think Andrade is her toughest test. I have Thug,
sure, but I still think
I have Thug Rose.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm rolling with that. Dude, I think Rose Namajunas.
You're going all underdogs? Are you going all underdogs?
No, because Valentina's favored. And so I would pick Valentina. I think Thug Rose is the best 115 fighter on the planet when mentally she's right.
Okay. Yeah.
And she seems right to me.
That's fair.
I don't know what I'm doing. I want to pick Jorge so bad, but everything's in my head's like, no, you dummy. Like,
I don't think so, dude. I think it's a tall order. Like, I think he's got Rose Wang fight of the night. Yeah, probably. Probably.
I mean, the rest of the card is pretty good too.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Chris Weidman's fighting Uriah Hall. Anthony Smith's fighting Jimmy Crute. That's a good main card.
It's going to be fun, dude. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, bro.
All right. Well, we've got an hour and 10 minutes. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you for coming on and subbing in for Jason.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Shout out to Jason. He's taking care of some family stuff back in Michigan. So.
God bless. And dude, I love it. I love being on here, bro. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Okay.
We out.